Get Lamar's review sent right to your phone. Text MOVIE to 888-BOB-SHARE.
It is time now for the People's Movie Critic and his review of The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Hey, Lamar.
Hey, y'all know this, and I'm sure y'all agree with me. I love Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
and I really enjoyed the first Hitman's Bodyguard, but I wasn't sure how the sequel would turn out. I expected it to get bad reviews, and it did. But as talented as Ryan Reynolds is, I wanted to give him a chance. Plus, Morgan Freeman is in it, so that's a huge bonus. Now, the plot is very loose, but let's be honest. We're showing up to see Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson going back and forth with each other while Salma Hayek is acting crazy and teaching us new cuss words, which she did come up with a few I've never heard. Can't share them right now because we wouldn't be on the air. But it's really, if that's why you're coming, then you're not going to be disappointed. Go ahead and buy the ticket. Just like any good action movie, you have to have a really good bad guy. And in this movie, Antonio Banderas is your man.
This is a big cast. This is a really first-class cast for a movie that sounds... It was confusing in the title. Is it a Vin Diesel movie? Is it a Kevin Costner movie? I mean, it's crazy title. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they got the talent. You're right. And Antonio Banderas, he's the bad guy. And he comes across like an over-the-top Bond villain, being very evil, but witty at the same time, handsome, and with that melodic Spanish accent, even though he's supposed to be Italian. And his wardrobe is over the top, as is his hair and the spray tan. I mean, he is awesome. Now, the movie opens up with bodyguard Michael Bryce, who's played by Reynolds. He's in a therapy session, and he's taken a sabbatical from guarding people and touching guns because that last thing was such a disaster. They threw him out of the the bodyguard organization and all of that. So when Hitman Darius Kincaid, who's played by Jackson, is kidnapped, his wife Sonia, played by Salma Hayek, she drags Michael with her to save him. And her goal is to get to their honeymoon, because they've just gotten married, so that they can make a baby. She wants to be a mom. So the bad guy, Aristotle Papadopoulos, the Greek autocrat, which is played by Antonio Banderas, he's making this huge diamond drill bit that will open up something in the bottom of the sea that will ruin the economy of every other nation but Greece, so that they make time for their rightful, their place as world power. They want to be the world power. So for some inexplicable reason, the government agents decide to take a known hitman, a failed bodyguard, and a con woman, and they would be the best people to stop this from happening. So the plot is, don't even think about it. Don't get sidetracked by trying to figure it out. Just enjoy the action and the dialogue, because that's what we're here for.
Nobody respects the FBI anymore. You got to go to these guys.
Yes, exactly. Now, the movie's an hour and 40 minutes. It's rated R for action and violence, and a very, very strong R for the language, because it is over the top. The physical comedy that Reynolds' character goes through has to be tough on the stuntman. He's thrown through walls, through windshields. He's run over by cars numerous times. And all of this is done with that beautiful background of Greece and sometimes Italy and different places. The chemistry between the three main characters is really good. And according to the director, there was a lot of improvisation with the three of them. Now, once it got started, what he did was he just let them roll with it, and then they would cut it back to what they wanted to use. And a good portion of the dialogue, there's no way it could have been written. It had to come from the heat of the moment. You could just tell they were riffing off, and it works. It really does. If you love the first one, you'll really like this one. Even though there's nothing new, it's pretty much, just more of the same. But my score on it is 3 buds. But I'm only going down to 3, because although it is good, it is more of the same. So it's a sequel, but it's well worth watching because Ryan Reynolds is just great. He is just great.
So let me get this straight. Samuel L. Jackson, for a living, murders people, but he's a likable character.
Yes. You love him to death.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like you with Tony Soprano, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
It must be.
All right, so 3 butts, but Lamar, honestly, I would watch Ryan Reynolds' aviation gin commercials for 2 hours, so I'm definitely the target audience for this. More with the People's Movie Critics straight ahead. It's Bob and Sherry.